Hello, my dear children. Namaste to all of you, and very warm welcome to the much loved Sprint X series for ICSE Class 10. And this is Ambika, your biology master teacher, right here on the super duper amazing platform of Vedantu, which is Vedantu 9th and 10th English. Well, guys, so the much awaited Sprint Tech series is finally here. I think for those of you who are in CBSE 9 and 10, you probably know that we've been doing Sprint Techs on the Hindi channel. And for ICSE, you can find all your Sprint Techs, all your chapters, Sprint Techs sessions on this channel, which is 9th and 10th English. So in case you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, children, please do click on the subscribe button right now to ensure that you don't miss out on any of the sessions that are going to be happening in the next few weeks, because these will do a lot of boost up as far as your confidence in facing the exams are concerned, right? Because we are going to be discussing entirely questions in these series. All right, so here we get started. As you know, today we are going to discuss the chapter Cell Cycle and Cell Division. All right, and before we move ahead, of course, there are a few things that I want to tell you. There are a few formalities, of course, that we need to complete. Well, I'm just calling them formalities for namesake, but don't worry, it's nothing major, but they are important for you to know so that you can plan your next few weeks accordingly. What is it? Well, I'll tell you, and today we are going to be covering questions based on these topics: cell cycle, cell division, and the significance and differences between mitosis and meiosis. You need to know the stages of all of these well in detail. No compromise on that. So, children, the schedule is right here for you. The biology schedule, as you can see, right? The biology schedule starting on the 8th of Feb, which is happening right now. And it goes on till the 27th of Feb. So all these dates, you could either take a screenshot and keep it ready, or I mean, better still, I think the PDF is anyway going to be available to you in the description box below. So you could just click on that and download it and keep it ready. Okay, note it down somewhere, note it down on your revision calendar or anything that you want. Note the timings as well, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. on different dates. Okay, so till the 27th of Feb, we are going to be doing sessions. Not every day, as you can see, there are breaks in between. So these are going to be your biology sessions, okay, for ICSE Class 10 Sprint X. This is the chemistry schedule for you. Anubha ma'am will be coming with her chapters at 6 p.m. on these dates starting tomorrow, which is the 9th of Feb, and this is also going on till the 27th of Feb. Yes, children, so if you notice on biology, chemistry, and of course in the other subjects as well, some chapters we will be doing more than one session. Okay, so we'll basically be splitting it up into two sessions or how many ever would be required. This is basically to ensure that we are not missing out on anything. So children, this is the chemistry schedule for you by Anubha ma'am, and Anup sir will be coming on these dates starting right away. I mean, of course, you know that force has started today, 8th of Feb, and this will go on till the 26th of Feb. And by the 26th, you are going to be done with your entire physics schedule as well by Anup sir. And then math schedule. Gopal sir will be starting, of course, the first session happening today, the 8th of Feb, and then this goes on till the 21st of Feb. Yes, so as you can see, this is Gopal sir's schedule for your math chapters, and yes, 26th of Feb is going to be the last one. English, Shweta ma'am, again, starting today. Yes, children, so starting today, and this goes on all of these dates till the 23rd of Feb, right? So till the 23rd of Feb, Shweta ma'am will be coming. I think every session is going to be happening at 8 p.m. for you. Right. And then, yes, Ankana ma'am for social studies starting today, 9 p.m. as you can see on most dates, but 6 p.m. on one of these dates. So please note the time as well. This is why, children, I told you it's very important for you to note it down in your revision calendar or your revision diary so that you don't miss out on anything. I think easiest is to just stay subscribed and click on the bell icon so that you will be notified when a session is going to begin. All right. So Ankana ma'am's schedule also begins today. And this will also be going on till the 27th of Feb. Right, children? So remember your biology, physics, chemistry, math, English, and social studies. We have got you covered entirely. So, what does it mean? The entire month of Feb, Sprintex series for ICSE Class 10 for all your subjects. And we are gonna just rock and be completely ready by the time your exams begin. Right? Okay. So, remember to stay subscribed and click on the like button right now if you haven't done that yet, because Printex, as you probably already know or will realize in the next few days or in the next few hours, hopefully, that this is going to be very, very useful to you. And share it with all your Class 10 ICSE friends, because as you know, ICSE Sprintex is happening here on this English channel. We want most of you, as many children as possible, to benefit from these. All right, guys, so let us begin. Remember, sometimes we are tested not to show our weaknesses, but to discover our strengths. Remember this. So I think that's a very, very important lesson, because many times we give up thinking that, okay, we are only facing failures, we are only facing setbacks. But after all, you're going to realize it later, probably a few days or a few months or a few years down the line, that it was only to make you better aware of yourself after all. So try and find what lesson you learn from every setback that you confront. Okay. Yes, children, so getting started, your very first question is up here. So, children, as you know, for your ICSE boards, I hope you all know the pattern. It's going to be section A and section B. Section A is going to be entirely short answer questions. It could either be very short answer or it could be short answer questions. Section B is going to be more of long answers. But then again, as I always tell you, even those long answers, ICSE children can consider yourselves lucky, because it's going to be broken down into many short answer segments, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is, even if you have something that's marked here in the Sprintex slides as a maybe as a 3 marks question or as a 2 marks question, it doesn't mean it's going to come as a standalone 2 or 3 marks question. It only means that it is most likely going to be a part of a 5 marks question. All right, so this is it. The first one, the exchange of chromatid parts between the maternal and the parental chromatids of a pair of homologous chromosomes during meiosis. What is this? Super duper easy. Sprint time is going to be just 30 seconds. And I don't think you guys, my smarties, need even 30 seconds. The answer is crossing over, of course. What are we talking about? Remember, children, crossing over is the exchange of chromosomal segments between non-sister chromatids, right? Between non-sister chromatids. This exchange of segments is what we call crossing over, and this occurs during prophase 1 of meiosis. Super easy, right? All right. Now the next one, the kind of division that takes place in reproductive tissues. Again, my smarties, everyone would know the answer. Children, I have put the sprint time here as 30 seconds, but definitely all my smarties know the answer already as meiosis, which you would have cracked in just less than 10 seconds, I'm sure, if not lesser than that. Now comes the third one. Synthesis phase in the cell cycle is called so because of the synthesis of more dash. Synthesis phase, S phase as we call it, RNA, RNA and proteins, DNA or glucose. What do you think? Most certainly, the answer is DNA. Remember, children, DNA is like the core of a typical cell. Okay, so most organisms which have DNA as their main genetic material, the job in synthesis phase is going to be to synthesize more of DNA. DNA replication or DNA duplication or DNA synthesis occurs during the S phase, G1S, G2M. The S phase in that is what I'm talking about. Righto, all good so far. And now let us look at this. What is the significance of mitosis? Remember our older lessons. Significance of mitosis, significance of meiosis. If you remember, mitosis is going to be important to grow, for the growth, repair, and development of the body. Whereas in certain organisms such as protozoans and in certain lower organisms like protozoans, it's going to be serving the role of reproduction. It is a type of reproduction in many protozoans. So these are going to be the points that you will be writing under a question like this. Significance of mitosis. Significance of meiosis is also possibly something that could be asked here. You must know what to write there. Significance of meiosis is going to be reproduction, right? Gamete formation, helping in maintaining the chromosome number of a particular species. Righto, the next one. Question 5. Give reason. Gametes have a haploid number of chromosomes. Why is this so? This is another way of asking the significance of meiosis. Gametes have a haploid number of chromosomes. What do you think? Yes, it is mainly so that during fertilization, the original number of chromosomes can be retained. A haploid sperm and a haploid egg fuse together in fertilization to form a diploid zygote, which means 23 chromosomes in a sperm, 23 chromosomes in an egg combine together to form 46 chromosomes in a human zygote. In order to retain the original number of chromosomes of a particular species, it's important for gametes to have a haploid number of chromosomes. So this is the main point that you have to write. Well, I wouldn't say that a flowchart is absolutely essential, but if you want, you could add it there. Okay, something like this. But your major points have to be there. Right, children? Okay. Now let's take a very quick break before we go ahead. Remember, Vedantu's Pro subscription has got amazing courses designed for you with unlimited live classes with fun and high-level quizzes. Well, children, you get to compete with students across India and across different parts of the world as well. And you can get access to interactive replays with live quizzes and leaderboards, just in case you miss out any session while it's happening live. That's where this feature is going to make a lot of sense to you. Yes, children? And what's more, you get to download the handwritten notes of your favorite master teachers after every single session. And apart from this, doubt solving, assignments, tests, everything is going to ensure that your preparation is complete by the time your exam approaches. And on top of this, we've got a special icing on the cake, which is free 5,000 plus micro courses. Well, micro courses are topic level or chapter level courses. Okay, topic or chapter level courses. Okay, which will help you boost your confidence or improve your understanding of a particular topic or a particular chapter. Okay, so you've got options like that as well, and you get to access free crash courses for competitive exams as well. And as far as pricing is concerned, of course, less is more at Vedantu. And what do you do? To know more about this, children, I'm sure most of you would be aware of this, but let me just remind you, the coupon code is AMBPRO. You just need to click on the link in the description box below and the pinned comment. You just need to apply the coupon code, which is AMBPRO. All right. So this is the pricing, children. 1 month of subscription, okay, pro subscription would normally cost you 2,699. Okay, now on applying the coupon code AMBPRO, this is going to be reduced to 2,159. Now, when I say 2,159 per month, it doesn't mean only for biology. Remember, all the subjects that I told you at the start, right? Physics, chemistry, bio, math, English, social studies, everything is going to be covered for you at just 2,159 over 1 month, over 30 days. Now, what does it mean? It would mean that your per session price, per class price comes down to rupees 11, because in a month, you are going to get access to at least 200 sessions if used right, and if not, more than 200, around 200 live sessions that you can get access to. This is why the per session price is coming down to as low as rupees 11. Can you imagine, children? This, I would say, is even more reasonably priced, or almost equal to a normal lace packet. Right, guys? So make the best use of it before it gets late, because it's not on the eve of the exam that I want you to come up with this idea suddenly. You must remember that start your preparations right now, so that during your exams, you're going to be entirely well prepared and confident. Right. Now, what is crossing over. Okay, so this, if you see, it has been marked as a 2 marks question. Okay, so 2 marks question, as I told you, doesn't mean it's going to come as a standalone 2 marks question. It could either come as a 1 marker, or it could come as a part of a 5 marks question in section B. What is crossing over? I think we've seen the diagram already. It is a process of exchange of genetic material. Remember this diagram, the same favorite old diagram. If at all the question demands you to draw a diagram, you will have to do that as well. So the points of crossover, which I would like to mark in a different color, probably a shade of yellow, bright yellow. Yes, these are the points of crossover. This is one point, this is another point, which we call chiasmata. Okay, chiasmata is plural, chiasma would be singular. Right, children? So anything related to this concept could come. It could even be a diagram-based question. Remember, the concept of crossing over is super important for you to know. It happens during prophase 1 of meiosis. Okay, now even if you don't remember the Pachytene stage, it's all right. Remember, it's going to be prophase 1. Okay, prophase 1 of meiosis, right? Exchange of genetic material between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. This is how you define crossing over, right? So this is about the definition of crossing over. And as I told you, since it is for 2 marks, we are going to be adding the diagram as well. But don't worry, children, ICSE exams are usually, ICSE question papers are usually very, very specific about what exactly you have to write. If at all it's asked for 2 marks, usually there would be a sub question accompanying it saying, draw and label the following parts of the stage of crossing over. Okay, so that's going to make your job a lot easier. Now comes another one. Now, I think this is definitely worth being asked for 2 marks as part of a 5 marks question. Draw a diagram of the nucleus of a cell having the chromosome number 6 as it would appear in the metaphase stage of mitosis. Label the following parts: asterase, achromatic spindle, chromatid, centromere. Okay, so what would your answer be? 6 chromosomes. Remember, the chromosome number is 6. This is the main point that you need to know, and it is the metaphase stage of mitosis. And these are the parts that you need to label. So this is the diagram. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 chromosomes have been marked here, and this is the nucleus of a cell. I mean, within the nucleus of a cell, you would see this. So you would see all this, and the 4 major parts which have been asked, which are astral rays or aster. The star-like structure, remember, let me use a different color to make it a bit easier for you. This structure, children, there is the centrosome, okay, the centrioles of the centrosome, and this star-like structure, which shows that the spindle fibers are beginning to form. Okay, that structure is what we call aster or astral rays. Okay, the next part which has been asked is achromatic spindle, the spindle fiber itself. So this would be the achromatic spindle. These individual structures would be called chromatids. Now, this is a chromosome. Each of these is a chromatid. This is one chromatid. This is another chromatid, which is why just this one has been marked as a chromatid. And this point of attachment between sister chromatids, we call it a centromere. That fetches you your full 2 marks. Half, 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 and half. All right, so this is yet another one. Now going on to question number 8. Well, children, it's getting a little trickier at this point because it's a 5 marks question. There is a diagram of a double helical structure of DNA. Okay, name the 4 nitrogenous bases that form a DNA molecule. Okay, that's the first one. What would it be? The next one says, give the full form of DNA. The third point says, name the unit of heredity. And the last one says, mention 2 points of difference between mitosis and meiosis. Now, children, here, let me make one thing very clear to you. If you notice, this question is a mix of 3 different chapters of the same unit, right? What are they? Cell cycle and cell division, structure structure of chromosomes and chromatids and DNA, and genetics. But genetics has been deleted from your syllabus this year, but that doesn't matter. This has been based on past year's trends. So don't worry about that. If there is any segment in a question which is out of your syllabus this year, you don't need to panic at all. For your final board exam, that's not going to happen. It's only to give you practice. Okay. Right. So just remember that questions could also come like this between different chapters. All right. The four nitrogenous bases that form a DNA molecule. What is it? Adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. A, G, C, T. These are the four nitrogenous bases. The second question says, give the full form of DNA. Beyond doubt, it is deoxyribonucleic acid. Right? Deoxyribonucleic acid. The third part says, name the unit of heredity. Okay? It's going to be genes. Unit of heredity is going to be genes, but don't worry, this year it's been deleted from your syllabus. Segments of DNA which carry information for a specific character. We call them genes, and we describe them to be the units of heredity, the basic units of heredity. And the last part says mention 2 points of difference between mitosis and meiosis. Okay, I think 2 points of difference is not going to be very difficult for you. So 1, 1, 1, and these would carry 1, 1 each. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. It's going to be 5 marks in total. Okay. Mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis would occur in somatic cells. Meiosis would occur in reproductive cells. In mitosis, 2 daughter cells are formed. In meiosis, 4 daughter cells are formed. You could either write these or you could write any other difference that comes into your mind, like mitosis. In mitosis, the number of chromosomes in parent cells and daughter cells would be exactly the same. In meiosis, we call it reduction division because number of chromosomes in daughter cells are half of what the parent cells have. Right, children? So these are the major differences. One more thing, which is a mistake from my side, which is a typo from my side, is something that you shouldn't go wrong with. I don't know if you've noticed A, B, C, D, the question number. Children, for you to get full marks in your final exam, question number, writing the question number correctly is super duper important. A, this would be B, this would be C, and this would be D. And under D, you could possibly write it as 1 and 2, or you could write it as A and B. That doesn't matter. But to be very honest, when the sub question number says A, B, C, D, I would prefer to keep it 1 and 2 over here. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, please, please, please do not miss it out. Even more important is in your answer sheet, you have to be able to write this. You have to remember to write this question number as well correctly. Okay, so make sure you have a clear margin in which you're going to be noting down all of these. Children, note the number as well. Note the time as well. Not more than 3 to 5 minutes in your final exam. Right, now, with the help of neat sketches, show how cytokinesis differs in a plant cell and in an animal cell. Again, as you can see, it would be worth 3 marks being asked as part of a 5 marks question. So this is the answer. Cytokinesis difference in a plant cell and in an animal cell. What is the big deal? What is the major difference? The major difference is going to be in the presence of the cell plate. The cell plate in the case of a plant cell. Do you see that? Yes, it's very, very important. And in this case, it would be microfilaments ring, and you can see the cleavage furrow right here. In this case, it would be the middle lamella which is forming, and ultimately, as you can see, you need to show the clear-cut cell wall in the plant cell and cell membrane only in the case of the animal cell. This would be the exact diagram that you will be writing, you will be drawing in the case of a question like this. Okay, probably not more than 5 minutes, 5 to at the most, I would say 6 minutes, not more than that. Okay, do not spend beyond that for a question like this. Now, the next one is a proper 5 marks question, which is one of the most favorite types in ICSE Class 10 exams. Study the given diagram, which represents a particular stage during the mitotic cell division. Answer the questions that follow. Okay, so you've got 4 different sub questions. First of all, identify the stage giving suitable reasons. This is the diagram that you've been given. Which is this stage? I want you to think in your mind, okay? The second question says, name the parts numbered 1 and 2. What are the parts numbered 1 and 2? These. This thread-like structure is marked as 1. 2 is this structure. Okay, I don't want to describe it because that's going to give away the answer. So I don't want to commit that mistake because I want you to self answer. Okay, so this is part 2, this is part 1. You have to label them. We will be discussing it, don't worry. Part C is, what is the technical term for division of nucleus? Part 4 says, which is the cell division that results in half the number of chromosomes in daughter cells? Cell division that results in half the number of chromosomes in the daughter cells. What could it be? Well, children, I would suggest, since this is a 5 marks question, most likely there would be one of these sub questions which would carry 2 marks, and all the others would carry 1 mark each. Okay. But you can be fortunate enough that the question is very, very specific, unlike the CBSE papers, right? Because here you know what exactly to write, pinpoint. The answer, of course, children, look at the diagram. It is definitely telophase. Children, I know that many of you have a confusion between telophase and cytokinesis. Okay. Remember, the major difference is that in the case of telophase, okay, in the case of telophase, as you can see here, the nuclear division would be complete. Nuclear division has entirely happened. Cytokinesis, or splitting of the cytoplasm, is just beginning to happen. If you notice these furrows right here, it's just beginning to happen. So this is definitely telophase. Cytokinesis would clearly show the splitting of the cytoplasm. So the cleavage furrow has to be a lot deeper. Okay. Second question is, name the parts numbered 1 and 2. What is it? Well, of course, sorry, before that I missed out something. The reasons for calling this telophase. Why do you think so? What are the characteristic features? First of all, of course, the 2 sets of daughter chromosomes are seen at the opposite poles of the cell. See that? After anaphase, you can see that they have been entirely divided into 2 distinct sets of chromosomes at opposite poles. Secondly, reappearing of nuclear membrane and nucleoli. These are the nuclear membranes and the nucleoli, which you can see here, right? Reappearance of them. And the last point is formation of chromatin fibers and deepening of the cleavage furrow. The cleavage furrow begins to deepen mildly. Okay. These are the reasons. The labeled parts, what could they be? Of course, the thread-like structures have to be the chromosomes. The chromosomes. And the next one. Children, remember, now that they have formed until anaphase, we call them sister chromatids. But at the end of anaphase, late anaphase, and the beginning of telophase, they have already managed to separate out completely. And especially in telophase, they have already managed to form a separate nuclear membrane around them, which means, as I always say, sister chromatids have formed their own independent families. So now we don't call them chromatids, we call them chromosomes. Remember, not chromatin, it's not chromatid, it's going to be called chromosomes. Part 1 is chromosome, and part 2 is nuclear membrane, of course. Okay, because it's this membrane which is marked, it is the nuclear membrane. The next question is, what is the technical term for division of nucleus? What do you think it is? Karyokinesis, of course, because karyon means nucleus, kinesis would mean splitting up. And the last one says, what is the cell division resulting in half the number of chromosomes in daughter cells? Beyond doubt, it has to be meiosis. Children, answer it organized in such a manner, and definitely 5 marks, 5 entire marks are going to be yours. I would love to put marks like this on your answer sheet. Right, oh children, so I think that prepares you, gives you a good idea about what sort of questions to expect from this chapter, which is why I also have a homework for you. Why is there a difference in the rate of cell division in children and adults? Why do you think it could be this? Okay. So I want you all to put the answer in the comment section below. Please don't mail them to me because I could possibly miss them out. Too many mails with the same topic, with the same subject, there are good chances of missing them out, right? So remember to put them in the comment section below. Let us see who's going to be giving the answer. in the right manner, in the best possible manner, and the fastest, right? A balance between all of these is what I'm going to be looking at. Why is there a difference in the rate of cell division in children and adults? All right, and remember, children, we have covered these topics: cell cycle, cell division, significance and difference between mitosis and meiosis. So, this is my current session, which we just finished right now: cell cycle and cell division. And the next session, my next session, is going to be on the 10th of Feb, which is going to be the day after tomorrow at 5 p.m. Structure of chromosome, the next closely related chapter, the one which is very, very closely related to this one, which is cell cycle and cell division. Right, children? So that's about it from my side, technically from my side. But remember the coupon code AMBPRO for the Vedantu Pro subscription. Children, click on the subscribe button in case you haven't done it yet. And as I told you, the month of Feb is going to be very, very busy for you guys and for us, because Sprint Tech series will be continuing till the end of the month of Feb. And that is going to entirely prepare you a lot better, giving you the much needed boost to face your final exams. And click on the like button, share it with all your ICSE Class 10 friends, because as I always tell you, sharing is caring. We want as many ICSE children as possible to benefit from this. Right, children? So that's about it from my side. You can also follow me on Instagram, Ambika_Vedantu. Yes, guys, and I'll see you yet in yet another session. Until then, remember to stay happy, stay healthy, and all the best. Keep working hard. This is Ambika signing off. Bye bye.